We know a big trade is coming. That is for sure. We don't know who it will be. Rumors are Zach LaVine, Pascal Siakam, DeMar DeRozan, OG Anunoby. Could be one of them, could be all four. A huge news piece just dropped from Shams laying out the details. He says Pascal Siakam will almost guaranteed be on another team. But I want to start with Zach LaVine. There's something really weird about Shams' reporting. He says the LA Lakers and Philly 76ers are expected suitors for LaVine, but both are operating from positions of patience. Okay, expected suitors? What does that even mean? Who expects it? Zach LaVine? Well, I'm sure he would love to be in LA or Philly, but no one actually wants him? So why not just say that? Because Shams and LaVine are both represented by Clutch Sports. So instead of saying the ugly truth, no one wants him, Shams is doing a little PR for his buddies. Why do I think that? Just look at how stupid the trade would be. Joel Embiid having his best season ever. Tyrese Maxey taking an all-star jump. But they want to take the ball out of their hands and give it to Zach LaVine? No! And he plays awful defense. Right now, Philly is number 2 on offense, 15th on D. If anything, they should want someone like OG Anunoby, who we will get to in a bit. But LaVine? Is that report real? Or is Shams helping out Clutch? But first, AM Hoops keeps you entertained and informed on everything in basketball. Well, I've got some news to make your life easier when not watching YouTube. Cook Unity is sponsoring this video, and they bring the quality. They serve meals from actual talented chefs straight to your door. I'm talking people who have worked on their craft for years in the kitchen. So you get a subscription and you pick from hundreds of meals every single week, and the chefs focus on flavor and creativity with a wide range of cuisine. You can filter by vegan or paleo or gluten-free if you want to. Your weekly subscription comes fully cooked, so you just heat and eat, no more mess to clean up. And you can pause, skip weeks, or cancel your subscription at any time. Tonight, I went with the grilled chicken and quinoa bowl from Chef Andres Mendez. My wife went with the Texas-style short ribs by Chef Chase Evans. Both of these babies came to us from Austin, Texas, right near where we live. And they were both so good. Like, you can tell this is not a typical meal prep made in some gigantic warehouse. These are micro kitchen good. I also love that mine was only 530 calories. So go to cookunity.com/amhoops50 or click on the link in the description. Use my code AMHOOPS50 to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals to try them for yourselves. Again, code AMHOOPS50. Thanks again to Cook Unity. Now, the other team is the Lakers. They just won the in-season tournament with lockdown defense and inside scoring, so LaVine helps their outside shot. But everything we've heard is they are kinda interested at best. So if those are the only teams involved, the Bulls are screwed. They would have to trade LaVine for pennies on the dollar. Like, the Bulls get D'Lo, Rui, Taurean Prince, Max Christie, and 1 first for LaVine. No Austin Reeves, no Cam Reddish. Why is he so undervalued? Because of his contract. LaVine makes an average of $44.5 million the next 4 years. That's the same as Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Giannis? Is LaVine that kind of player? No, he is a one-way star with 0 big game success. He's made the playoffs 1 time in 9 seasons and got crushed. In last year's play-in, the Bulls lost to the Heat partly because LaVine collapsed. He scored 15 points on 6 of 21 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. Nobody wants him, but at least I have hope for DeMar DeRozan. He is about to be a free agent and should come cheap, but teams need to know he is going to re-sign with them, and Shams told us where he wants to land. DeMar has named the New York Knicks and Miami Heat as preferred destinations. Both teams could use his offense. I think just 1 first-round pick gets it done. But the interesting team to watch is the Toronto Raptors. They have 3 guys potentially on the market: Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and Gary Trent Jr. But honestly, Why are the Warriors not number one in these rumors? They obviously need a trade to save their season. Now, I want to explore the Dubs in depth, but Toronto's focus is building around Scottie Barnes. If you haven't noticed, Scottie has been a beast. He has jumped to 20 points a game on 38% from deep with good defense. At 22 years old, he is untouchable. I mean, even when the Nets wanted Scottie for Kevin Durant last year, the Raptors said no. But Masai Ujiri has a horrible reputation for getting trades done. In recent years, he has held on to both Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry because he always asks for way too much. In fact, the Raptors could have had Tyrese Maxey on their team. According to one report, the Sixers wanted Kyle Lowry for their 2021 playoff run. Philadelphia is reportedly willing to move their 2020 first-round pick and Maxey in a deal for Lowry. And the Raptors said no. They could have a young all-star guard dropping 30 a night next to Scottie Barnes, and they said no. Is Masai gonna screw this team again? I think there is only one player he really plans on dealing. Pascal Siakam, 29 years old, basically the same position as Scottie Barnes, and Pascal needs the ball in his hands to be really effective. Meanwhile, OG is just getting better. This week, he scored 29 on 5 threes in a loss to the Knicks. He is their best shooter and a two-way player. Last year, the Grizzlies and Pacers offered 3 first-round picks for OG, but didn't get him. The Raptors value OG way too much. But Pascal will get traded. But to where? The 3 teams Shams named are the Hawks, Kings, and Pacers. In fact, Woj says the Pacers have been aggressive in trying to trade for that big athletic two-way wing that they need to build out this roster. They are willing to give up picks and assets. Now you might think Pascal is too old for the Pacers, but outside of 23-year-old Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner is 27, Buddy Hield is 31, and they just beat the Bucks and the Celtics in the in-season tournament. You know they think they're one player away. So any deal would center around Benedict Mathurin, just 21 years old and got votes for Rookie of the Year. Dude just dropped a season-high 30 with 8 assists, and he is from Canada, which always helps. It is the perfect trade. So their best offer is Buddy Hield, Obi Toppin, Ben Mathurin, and 2 firsts for Siakam. Now, 2 firsts for an all-star is low, but he is an expiring contract. This all hinges on Pascal re-signing for Indy, but they can't afford to pay him the max. I'm not saying they would offer all that, but that is their best offer, which they might have to give if the Kings and Hawks get involved. Reports say Atlanta already tried to get Siakam this summer and were close. Now, they need a change because it's another miserable season. They've tried everything. Trade for DeJounte Murray, lose in the first round. Get a new head coach, Quinn Snyder. Oh wait, we're the 10 seed with a horrible defense again. I mean, Trae Young is getting kicked out of games. Pascal is a two-way all-star with championship experience. Not the best shooter, but he would be surrounded with snipers in Atlanta. I think their best offer is DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, AJ Griffin, Patty Mills for salary, a first and a swap. It sounds like a lot, but it's close to the deal that they already tried in the summer. The big difference is Jalen Johnson. He has become Atlanta's 3rd best player, and at 21 years old, exactly what Toronto wants. The other team to watch is Sacramento, who are having another great start to the season. Pascal would fit nicely in the front court next to Domantas Sabonis. Their main pieces to trade are Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, and picks, but I want to focus on Golden State. Steph Curry is playing like an MVP, but it doesn't matter. Bill Simmons actually said Siakam could fix this team.
Wiggins and Kuminga for Siakam. Who says no?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
The Raptors say no. Oh, but Andrew Wiggins is Canadian. Oh, okay, the Raptors are like, yeah, he sucked for 2 years, but he's Canadian, so it's fine. Okay, at least Simmons acknowledges that Pascal would be great on this team. But to get him, Dubs fans hate this trade. Pascal Siakam for Chris Paul, B Pods, some guy named Gui Santos for salary and a first. Yes, Warriors, you have to trade Podzimski. I'm sorry, you do this every single time you get a good young player. You're like, well, but he's our player and he's good and he's young. I don't want to. You have to trade good players to get back good players. You did this with James Wiseman. Okay, how did that work out? Oh, I know he showed flashes. You did it with Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. This whole time, you could have had other good players to trade for, but you wanted to hold on to your good young player. You have to send out someone good, so you let Pods go. But Zion Williamson is also having a tough season. I know he played well the other night. It was one game. We're talking 5 years of injuries and conditioning, and now the team is leaking how frustrated they are.